How many types of bananas have you eaten in your life? 1, 2, or just one? The bright yellow, sweet, soft kind you see at the supermarket every day. If you live in the US, there's a good chance you've been eating just one type of banana for decades, without ever realizing you're missing out on a whole world of flavors and nutrients from dozens of other banana varieties. That familiar banana is called Cavendish, and it dominates grocery stores from coast to coast. Not because it's the healthiest or the tastiest, but simply because it's easy to ship, easy to store, and doesn't bruise easily. And so, for much of America, for much of a lifetime, there's only been one banana flavor. It may seem harmless, but if you're over 50 or 60, when your body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar, digestion, and heart health, this limitation could impact you more than you think. Today, I'll take you through a little-known truth, why eating only one type of banana could make older adults miss out on valuable nutrients that help protect memory, heart health, and the immune system, found only in other banana varieties. But what few people expected was the story of eating only one type of banana. It has actually happened before. And that time, the result was the complete wipeout of a banana king. Before the Cavendish banana became the standard banana of America, Americans were once obsessed with another variety, Gros Michel, fondly known as Big Mike. It wasn't just tastier, it was far superior in flavor. Its flesh was thick, creamy like butter, with a rich sweetness like candy. Many said eating Gros Michel was like enjoying the perfect natural banana ice cream. For decades, Gros Michel was the #1 banana in America. Kids loved it, chefs hunted for it, and supermarkets couldn't keep it in stock. Some even said, if it's just about taste, Gros Michel is unbeatable. But then, disaster struck, silently and without warning. A fungus called Panama disease appeared underground, quietly attacking the banana plants from their roots. It couldn't be seen, and it couldn't be cured. And like most commercial bananas, Gros Michel was propagated through cloning, meaning all the banana trees were genetically identical. So, when one tree got infected, the entire plantation collapsed like dominoes. Within just a few decades, the most beloved banana in America had vanished, not because it wasn't delicious, but because it couldn't survive. Banana growers had no choice but to look for a replacement, not one that tasted better, but one that was tougher. And so, Cavendish was chosen. It resisted disease better, traveled more easily. Even if the flavor wasn't as good, at least it could survive the journey from farm to supermarket. Since then, Cavendish has become the default banana of America. Not because it's tasty, but because there were no other choices left. But what's even more alarming is that Cavendish now faces the exact same risk that wiped out Gros Michel. It's also a cloned variety with the same genetic code and just as vulnerable to disease. Since the late 1990s, a highly dangerous variant of Panama disease, TR4, Tropical Race 4, began to seriously attack Cavendish banana plantations in Southeast Asia and Australia. For many years afterward, TR4 quietly spread to other regions, the Middle East, then Africa, but the world remained largely complacent. And by 2019, the worst-case scenario had happened. TR4 officially reached Colombia, one of the largest Cavendish growing regions in South America, and a key supplier to the U.S. market. Experts warn that, without timely control, TR4 could rapidly spread across Central and South America, the regions that supply most of the Cavendish bananas Americans eat every day. We are now facing the real danger of history repeating itself, but most consumers still have no idea that this is even happening. And more importantly, this is not just a story about agriculture. It is also a story about the health of millions of people, especially those over 55 years old. Because this seemingly harmless banana hides a truth few people ever suspect. Cavendish banana is a cloned variety cultivated in a monotonous, industrial-scale system with almost no genetic diversity. That's why it's highly vulnerable to pests, climate changes, and even minor shifts in soil or water quality. To maintain productivity, farmers are forced to use pesticides, post-harvest preservatives, and ethylene gas ripening techniques to make sure the bananas look evenly yellow and attractive on supermarket shelves. This is a supply chain requirement, but it also means that consumers are frequently exposed to highly processed food, no longer rich in the natural enzymes that traditional tree-ripened bananas would provide. For people over 55, when the immune system, liver, and kidneys have already declined in their detox efficiency, even small amounts of chemical accumulation, repeated over time, can silently impact long-term health. And if, throughout life, we only eat one type of banana, cloned from the same monotonous genetic line, the risk of nutrient deficiency and chronic chemical exposure is something we can't take lightly. But that is still just the surface. Cavendish bananas also have a relatively high glycemic index, GI, around 60 to 65. If eaten on an empty stomach or in the morning without any other foods, it can cause a rapid blood sugar spike, a hidden risk often overlooked in people over 55, especially those approaching prediabetes. Cavendish isn't bad, but it lacks many nutrients that help the body fight aging, especially in older adults. Low in antioxidants, meaning it doesn't effectively protect nerve cells, which are highly sensitive to aging and silent inflammation. Almost no resistant starch, missing out on the compound that helps regulate blood sugar, feed gut-friendly bacteria, and produce butyrate, a fatty acid that supports brain health and reduces inflammation. Low in soluble fiber, yet this is the kind of fiber that slows down sugar absorption, lowers bad cholesterol, and protects the heart, the foundation of a sharp mind in later life. Meanwhile, in many places around the world, people still enjoy banana varieties that are both delicious and far more nutritious, yet they're absent from American supermarkets, simply because they're harder to store or don't meet packaging standards. Apple banana, Hawaiian, lightly fragrant like ripe apples, soft and chewy, rich in potassium, fiber, and vitamin C, supports digestion, immunity, and electrolyte balance, making it especially suitable for older adults. Red banana, South Asia, orange flesh, high in beta-carotene, good for the eyes, heart, and immunity. Plantain, African cooking banana, low in sweetness, high in fiber, low GI, ideal for people who need blood sugar control. Wild banana, Southeast Asia, slightly astringent, not sweet, rich in resistant starch, supports detox and digestion, perfect for seniors. Yet, nearly 90% of Americans eat only one type of banana for their entire lives. Not because they don't want variety, but because the supermarket system chooses convenience over nutrition. And the price we pay isn't just about a single banana, but about the lack of real, healthy options for aging bodies. The consequences? Blood sugar instability, weakened cardiovascular health, and fading memory over time. You're not wrong for eating Cavendish, but you deserve better choices. As we age, the body needs food that is higher in quality, not just sweeter or more convenient. So, should we completely give up on Cavendish bananas? Not necessarily. Cavendish bananas aren't bad if we know how to eat them at the right time, in the right way. And here are some simple, yet valuable tips to help you make smarter use of this common banana variety. Tip 1. Eat bananas when they're slightly green. When bananas are just ripe, still a little green, they contain less simple sugar and more resistant starch, a natural fiber that's excellent for blood sugar control, nurturing gut-friendly bacteria, and producing butyrate, a key fatty acid that protects the brain and reduces inflammation. Tip 2. Pair bananas with healthy fats or lean protein. The sugar in bananas is absorbed quickly if eaten alone, especially on an empty stomach, causing a blood sugar spike and then a crash, which can leave you tired and impact your heart and memory. Try eating bananas with foods like natural peanut butter, low-sugar Greek yogurt, or a few almonds to help stabilize blood sugar and provide nutrients for the heart and brain. Tip 3. Break it into smaller portions and choose the right time. Instead of eating a large banana all at once, you can split it into smaller portions and eat them mid-morning or right after light physical activity when your body needs energy and can absorb sugar more efficiently, avoiding blood sugar spikes. Tip 4. Combine bananas with high-fiber foods. Eating bananas with whole oats, berries like blueberries or raspberries, flax seeds, or chia seeds helps boost anti-inflammatory effects, supports memory, and protects the immune system, especially important for those over the age of 55. But even if you apply all the tips above, there's still one thing we must not overlook. Most Cavendish bananas on the market have gone through post-harvest processing, using ethylene gas and pesticides to maintain that bright yellow color and extend shelf life. This can lead to the buildup of unwanted substances, and older adults are especially sensitive to such accumulations. So, even if you eat them the right way, it's still wise to alternate with other types of bananas or diversify your food choices to protect your long-term health. I know, in the rush of life, we often choose what's convenient. A bunch of Cavendish bananas, sweet, cheap, always within reach. But as we age, the body needs more than that: clarity, strength, and a steady memory. When eaten the wrong way, even a familiar banana can silently burden the heart and brain. You don't have to give up Cavendish, just eat it at the right time, the right way, and don't live on repeat just because it's easy. Your body can still heal if you begin to choose with awareness, starting with the smallest choices today. If this video resonates with you, share it with a loved one who still eats bananas every morning without knowing what might be quietly happening inside their body. Ever wondered, how can I truly eat for better health after 55? Leave a comment. I'm here to listen and walk with you. Follow Healthy Aging Path, where we age with clarity, strength, and purpose every single day.